On. I consider nature a vast chemical laboratory in which all kinds of composition and decompositions are formed. Antoine Lavoisier. We must trust to nothing but facts. These are presented to us by nature and cannot deceive. We ought, in every instance, to submit our reasoning to the test of experiment, and never to search for truth, but by the natural road of experiment and observation. Antoine Lavoisier. Nothing is born, nothing dies. Antoine Lavoisier. It is impossible to disassociate language from science. To call forth a concept, a word is needed. Antoine Lavoisier. Languages are true analytical methods. Antoine Lavoisier. I am young and avid for glory. Antoine Lavoisier. In performing experiments, it is necessary that they be simplified as much as possible, and that every circumstance that could complicate the results should be completely removed. Antoine Lavoisier. Imagination, on the contrary, which is ever wandering beyond the bounds of truth, joined to self-love, and that self-confidence we are so apt to indulge, prompt us to draw conclusions which are not immediately derived from facts. Antoine Lavoisier. Vegetation is the basic instrument the Creator uses to set all of nature in motion. Antoine Lavoisier. We may lay it down as an incontestable axiom that, in all the operations of art and nature, nothing is created. An equal quantity of matter exists both before and after the experiment. The quality and quantity of the elements remain precisely the same, and nothing takes place beyond changes and modifications in the combination of these elements. Upon this principle, the whole art of performing chemical experiments depends. We must always suppose an exact equality between the elements of the body examined and those of the products of its analysis. Antoine Lavoisier. A wealthy landowner cannot cultivate and improve his farm without spreading comfort and well-being around him. Rich and abundant crops, a numerous population, and a prosperous countryside are the rewards for his efforts. Antoine Lavoisier. Perhaps someday the precision of the data will be brought so far that the mathematician will be able to calculate at his desk the outcome of any chemical combination, in the same way, so to speak, as he calculates the motions of celestial bodies. Antoine Lavoisier. It required 85 parts by weight of oxygen and 15 parts of hydrogen to compose 100 parts of water. Antoine Lavoisier. Sulfur, when burning, absorbs oxygen gas. The resulting acid is considerably heavier than the sulfur burned. Its weight is equal to the sum of weights of the sulfur burned and the oxygen absorbed. Antoine Lavoisier. The whole art of making experiments in chemistry is founded on the principle: we must always suppose an exact equality or equation between the principles of the body examined and those of the products of its analysis. Antoine Lavoisier. As ideas are preserved and communicated by means of words, it necessarily follows that we cannot improve the language of any science without at the same time improving the science itself. Neither can we, on the other hand, improve a science without improving the language or nomenclature which belongs to it. Antoine Lavoisier. One succeeds in obtaining an equivalent production at a lower price by improving the arts, trades, and agriculture, and by developing the physical and moral qualities of workers, farmers, and craftsmen. Antoine Lavoisier, 18. I have had a fairly long life, above all a very happy one, and I think that I shall be remembered with some regrets and perhaps leave some reputation behind me. What more could I ask? The events in which I am involved will probably save me from the troubles of old age. I shall die in full possession of my faculties, and that is another advantage that I should count among those that I have enjoyed. If I have any distressing thoughts, it is of not having done more for my family. To be unable to give either to them or to you any token of my affection and my gratitude is to be poor indeed. Antoine Lavoisier. The impossibility of separating the nomenclature of a science from the science itself is owing to this, that every branch of physical science must consist of three things: the series of facts which are the objects of the science, the ideas which represent these facts, and the words by which these ideas are expressed. Like three impressions of the same seal, the word ought to produce the idea, and the idea to be a picture of the fact. Antoine Lavoisier. We think only through the medium of words. Languages are true analytical methods. Algebra, which is adapted to its purpose in every species of expression, in the most simple, most exact, and best manner possible, is at the same time a language and an analytical method. The art of reasoning is nothing more than a language well arranged. Antoine Lavoisier. Experiments upon vegetation give reason to believe that light combines with certain parts of vegetables, and that the green of their leaves and the various colors of flowers is chiefly owing to this combination. Antoine Lavoisier. Vegetables are organized bodies that grow on the dry areas of the globe and within its waters. Their function is to combine immediately the four elements and to serve as food for animals. Antoine Lavoisier. This theory, the oxygen theory, is not as I have heard it described. That of the French chemists, it is mine. Elle est la mienne. It is a property which I claim from my contemporaries and from posterity. Antoine Lavoisier. In every combustion, there is disengagement of the matter of fire or of light. A body can burn only in pure air, oxygen. There is no destruction or decomposition of pure air, and the increase in weight of the body burnt is exactly equal to the weight of air destroyed or decomposed. The body burnt changes into an acid by addition of the substance that increases its weight. Pure air is a compound of the matter of fire or of light with a base. In combustion, the burning body removes the base, which it attracts more strongly than does the matter of heat, which appears as flame, heat, and light. Antoine Lavoisier. 25. Diminish the mass of evils that afflict the human species, increase enjoyment and well-being. And even if the new routes opened up could prolong the average life of mankind by only a few hours or even a few days, then the scientist, too, could aspire. Antoine Lavoisier.